Howdy, all Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Oh man, it has been a week. uh, I cannot stop playing Autonauts. I tell ya, it's crazy. Alright. I gotta figure out what I want to do here. Oh, right. I just came back up from the underground. I've got stuffs. I need to get rid of my stuffs first. Uh, Oh, man, I topped out at... Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to say I topped out all my iron, but that's not true. Here, why don't you cook up this iron for me? What is going on? Stone, andesite, uh, stone stairs, stone slabs. I think, actually, some of that is my stuff I want to use today. I want to take this gold back to my base, though I don't need it here. So, yeah, it's been a long one, it feels like. Um, let's see. So, because of everything going down, I haven't had a big chance to talk about D&D since I've been playing on the modded, or not modded, the multiplayer 7 Days to Die. So that's cut off one of my rambling episodes that I like to do. Um, but yeah, we started a new campaign this week. It was pretty. It's actually a decent start. I was shocked, to be honest. Although there's some funny stuff from it. And we started doing. It's called Dragon Heist. Dragon in this particular game is what they call their gold coins. So they're called dragons. And so what has happened is the okay. Just want to make sure there. I was clicking and things were not shift clicking into inventories, but I guess I was just shift clicking incorrectly. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Uh, and so what's happened is the previous, like, prime minister of the city or whatever embezzled a bunch of money. Oh, when did that happen? I don't remember that being like that. Weird. Um, this is a single player game, so I mean, there isn't anybody else on here, so it must have happened while I was on here. But I can't believe that I didn't fix it. I mean, I just didn't fix it again, so maybe I didn't. But yeah, and so we are looking for. No, what we happened was we got basically the way it starts off is you get hired to find a guy who's gone missing because he got confused with the son of the guy who stole all the money, and they want the son of the guy because they think he knows where the money's at, and they took the wrong guy, and so you were trying to rescue the wrong guy. And so we started that. I actually am, well, I want to say I'm playing it. Gotta wait for it to get nighttime now. I want to say I'm playing it, but that was one of the. Oh, and I just put all my coal. Here's a little bit of coal. Uh, that's one of those games I was playing with my family that have stopped posting in the game at all. In fact, there's two of those. One was with my brother's family, and I think that's done now, even though we didn't finish. And then I'm pretty sure the other one is done as well because they haven't posted in forever. And when I try to talk to them about it, they just ignore me. Like when I try to talk to them about it in person, they ignore me. But all right, so now let's get my bits and bobs here back out. I need these and these and these. I don't know if I need that. So I've got slabs. I've got bars and I've got stairs. Um, now, here's the thing: is that there is the stair style. Jeez, that is not the direction I want. So there's this stair style, which I can't quite jump up onto. So I'm just gonna put this here so I can get up here. And so we'll put this down and we'll see what I think. Uh, we'll also try to get it correct here. So we have to go quite a way to get to the next floor. Let me see where that's at. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7. 7 or 8 blocks up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think it's, wow, I think it's 8 is what I need. I'm going to poke a hole right here just so I can look. You know what? Looking didn't help me. Looking didn't help me at all. So let's just do this over here. Make sure I am, yeah. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay. I'm actually going to fill this back in. I'll maybe put a window here. I don't know, but we're going to do a little. Look, I've never been in any place, lived in any place with fire escape, so I'm basically making this up as I go here. I guess we need a third spot out here so I can put my rail. Oop, I used up all my... I wish there was like metal something that we could do. Man. I might want to do... Oh, I can't reach it. I can't reach it. No, thanks. Thanks. I tell you what, these stairs are just refusing to go where I want completely. There you go. I think this might be too thick. It is a little thick, but I don't like it the other way either. So I think we're just gonna have to go with it. And anyways, so we started that one. We've got our different characters, and oh, I can't remember if I talked about it. So here's what I think is a funny thing. I kind of like the way that looks, but I am gonna need more stone slabs. And so I've talked about how my DM likes to talk, and apparently he doesn't appreciate it if someone else is going to be doing a lot of talk. Oh, I have stone slabs right there. But I will need more stone stairs. And so, So, because of the number of people that we have playing, I end up playing um, a character and two characters. I mean, okay, so we do one from the front, so there, and then I need this so I can get up here. And uh, so I made a couple characters. I made a gruff fighter character, and then um, I made a bard who talks a lot. One, two, three, five. I can't count stairs, man. I have problems with counting stairs. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Let's see if this is the right spot. And and so we get started, and the one of the things you do when you create a character in D&D is you pick flaws and ideals and bonds and things like that, just to help you flavor your character. And so you don't have to use the ones that they list, um, but you can use the ones they list. And so we usually, they're pretty decent to pick from. They're not anything terrible. I think it went out that far, right? And so one of the things I picked was that my bard loves heroes, and he wants to be a hero, and he talks a lot. And so I thought it'd be funny to have a bard who's all like, like one of the people you meet when it starts is this dude named Volo, and he's a major like character for D&D, and so like one of their books is actually named after that character. 3, 4, 5. And so he's the one who sends you to find his friend who's gone missing. 1, 2, 3, 5. Ooh, I was close. And my characters are like, Volo, you're Volo. Oh, I am such a huge admirer of your work. You've been so many places. You've done so many things. Oh, you must sign the book. You must sign the book. I have the book. I have a copy of your book right here, and stuff like that. And so he's just always super excited about meeting people, and like when it starts, you get in a fight, and oh, this is gonna be tricky. One. Well, how far is this from the edge? 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I can do. I don't know if I can do that going up here. All right, so if we start here, I'm gonna have to do this, I think, to be able to get these in. I mean, I'm planning on doing that as anyways, but I mean, I'm gonna have to do it to even get the blocks in place. I should have been counting too. 1, 2, stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we will. Whoa, what are you even doing that for? That's craziness. Okay, let's see if this is the right. Oh, no, it's too high. We need to go down. Uh, 2 blocks. So 1, 2. Oh, I guess that shouldn't be here either. And I should probably fill this in before I get too far away from it. Anyways, and so it was pretty funny because like I said, our DM, he loves to talk when he's DMing, and so he just runs on, and like we've sat through like NPCs speaking for 45 minutes to each other without us being involved a couple of times, and so I thought it'd be funny to have a character who's just as talky as our DM, because I don't really do that stuff. I don't, not a chatty kind of person like that. And I mean, I do in videos here, but in real life, I don't speak that much. And so he started cutting me off because he felt I was talking too much, and stuff like that. And I was just like, I see how it is. I see how it is. Uh, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Um, whoop. Okay. 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. And so another thing that happened is the one oh wow, that's some great block placement there, buddy. So one of the other things that happened was that the the one guy in our party, he's playing a gnome, no, a halfling, and he's super tiny. And so there are rules in the book about tiny people and how they can hide behind other people and stuff like that. And so he's staying all the way at the back. And so there's like 4 of us, 4 characters, and oh, hey man, I'm trying to build here. I don't need to get shot by you. Oh, I wanted to see the new. I need to kill something so I can see the new orbs. I read the patch notes said that they have redid the orbs. They don't look any different to me. I read they're translucent. I mean, I guess maybe, but they don't look that different. Still look like green orbs to me. But so we're almost in a line, and so there's 3 of us standing in a row with that halfling at the back, and so he decides that for whatever reason, I don't think he even looked at the map is the problem. So for whatever reason, our DM decided that the bad guys are going to shoot the thief, and which is the halfling, and so he takes a shot, and it just barely hits him, and I'm like, shouldn't he get cover for being in the back behind all of us? Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. It does look like a fire escape bit there. I like it. Okay. Oh right, I was trying to get this stuff in place when I got shot, and so he looked up the rules, and then he kind of threw a little fit about that being the rules. I mean, it's not going to come up that often. It was just a weird positioning of everybody. Also, we were in a. Here, you know what? let me just dirt it out for you. Dirt and cobblestone. Okay. So there's a bunch of boxes, and then there's some barrels, right? And so the bad guy's standing here. And then I think there's another bad guy standing back here, but there's like a bunch of boxes here, and then we're the wall. This is like the wall right here, right? That leads, like it's the edge of the building. That's the wall. And then there's a bunch of boxes here, and some barrels like right here, and so that's his bad guy. And then I think there were 4 of them, but all the rest of them were like back over here. And we're in a warehouse, and so, like my guy's standing here. He's a half orc, so he's a big warrior type. And then my bard was like standing here, and then his guy was standing here, and then the halfling who's super short is like standing here, and so he's like just behind all this stuff, right? Like there's not a clear, like I guess if you stand here maybe, um, I mean maybe he could have gotten a clear shot. I guess it just doesn't look like it really to me that this guy back here would get a clear shot of the halfling. Anyways, so you get like partial cover, and so I was like, hey, shouldn't he have partial cover because he's behind like everybody? On the map, it looked like there wasn't partial cover, or there was partial cover, and so he was like, oh, bad guys are shooting at you with their arrows, and I didn't say anything about how they couldn't even see us, some of them, but uh, so because you gotta keep this guy in check. He's pretty free-handed with following the rules, which sucks when he's your DM because, how are you supposed to play the game if the rules keep changing on the game? And so, okay, so we start here, and we go up 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, or was that 6? Nope, I think that was it right there. And so he agreed to give him partial cover, which made the arrow shots miss, and then later, or then when we were all done, and the other guy had to go because my job is pretty fluid on what time I have to start in the day. 2, 3, 4, and so we play till midnight, whatever. Doesn't bother me, and but the other guy, he has to get up really early, so we play around his schedule, and so he's willing to play till about 11:30. And so we stop then, and so it's just me and the DM, and so we're chatting, and he had said the previous game that he would be willing to entertain when we started some alternate rules that I like to play with. Or no, that's not true. I've never actually played with the alternate rules. A couple alternate rules I wanted to play with. Let's put it that way. And I think I'm gonna have to go look at the other building. I don't remember how far back I ran it. I can't get up there. And so, okay, it is just 1 block from the edge. And so, one of the rules I wanted to try out was critical hits. And critical hits are um, when you roll a natural 20 on your 20-sided dice, something happens. For one thing, it automatically hits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is where it cuts off. Oh, no. Weird. I think I'm one too low. And so when we play in the book, the main rule says you roll the damage dice a second time, and or another way you can do it is to double the damage done. I feel like I've talked about this already, but I got chatty in another video that I'm not normally chatty in, and so I recorded that video without the chatty. But so yeah, so when we normally play, I am gonna need more stone. Um, when we normally play, you know what? I bet I've got a bunch of stone back at home. We double the amount on the dice, but that kind of sucks because when you roll a d20, and you roll ones, you get a 20 on your d20, and then you roll your damage and you get a 1 on your damage dice. It only doubles the amount on the dice, and so 1 doubled out of a possible 8 is 2. What kind of a critical hit is that? Sure, sometimes you get a double of an 8, but most of the time you get like a 1. It seems like an inordinate amount of times you roll for a critical and you get a 1 or a 2, and it sucks. And so I'm like, we should try. I think we should try a different amount, and so instead of doubling the dice, we just add that to the maximum amount of the dice. So if you roll a 1 on a d8, that's a 9. And so he every time we talk about stuff, he's like, if you do that, then the bad guys will get to it too. No kidding. We understand how the game works. Please stop saying that. If you do that, the bad guys are going to do it too. If you do that, I'm going to use it against you with the bad guys. Yeah, we know. But I'm tired of doing, like, I'm playing with a great sword on my one character. I got a critical hit. I rolled 6 on one die and a 1 on the other die. So, because it uses 2 6-sided dice for its damage. So my critical hit was 14, but I could get a 12 just rolling the dice. So with the other way, it would be a 7 plus 12, so it'd get a 19. So there's only 5 extra damage doing it the other way. It wasn't a big deal, you know. Um, but man, he acts like it's killing him to even consider doing it that way. And but so he agreed to try it out. And then the other thing that I got him to agree to was, I mean, he cut me off when I tried to talk to him in person on Wednesday about it. He's like, "Yeah, I'll have to take that into consideration. I will consider what you're bringing to me, and I will think about it, and then I'll let you know." Well, he didn't let me know, so I typed it up and put it into our Discord, and then he asked me questions about it, and then agreed that we would try it finally. But the other thing is, one of the things I think is a dumb rule in Dungeons and Dragons is inspiration. And so, inspiration is this thing where if you have it, you can use it to re-roll. Well, you gain advantage on any check you want, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with what inspiration does. My problem is with how inspiration is awarded, and so One, two, three, four, five. And that is that inspiration is not a mechanically awarded thing. It is a you please the DM, you get inspiration. And we don't even have to play with it at all, honestly. Um, like, if he decided that we weren't going to use inspiration, I would be fine with that because I like the concept of it because it's like, oof, this one time I managed to reach deep into my character's, stamina and just do that one extra little oomph because they're supposed to be heroes, right? It's like an action movie. Um, but I hate when he's like, "Oh yeah, no, that made me laugh. Here's some inspiration." And I'm like, that's just stupid because what if you never make the DM laugh? You never get it. Whoa! I accidentally just minimized my game, so that was weird. Um, and so yeah, it's not a great mechanic. And so what I wanted him to do was to change it to um, hero points. And in the I don't like the DM guide, which is the official rules on hero points. I think it's too much. Okay, I think this one's only this tall too. I like the way these look. I mean, they don't look very fire escape up close, but I think from a distance they look pretty good. Uh, but anyways, so and so what they do is instead of having the DM who's running the game just randomly decide that he liked something, and so you get a point. Like I've seen DMs uh, give out points because someone made a funny pun, right? Um, they like the fact that you got a natural 20 on a particular fight. Like, and then meanwhile, the entire, game goes by and another character never gets one. And I'm like, it's not really fair. And it's so weird that in a game where the dice rolls are everything, that this would be whim, and not in a good way. Um, all right, so I don't think I can get. I don't think I can get railing on these in a way that I would like, because there's no way to connect it to the stairs. So they're just gonna have to go railingless. But I think that does it for those. Now the only thing I want to do yet is I need to get the roof in place, and I want to add at least one stripe around the outside edge somewhere toward the top, just to break up the granite of the whole thing. But yeah, these are getting pretty close to being finished, and I think they look pretty good. I mean, for what they are, they're just apartment buildings. But okay, so I've got to finish this. I'm okay. So yeah, so we're gonna play with hero points, and we're gonna do the different crit thing. Oh, and this was the other funny part was so while we're discussing those rules, he had decided that he didn't like how we asked to use the cover that's in the rules, and I don't mean like it's an extra rule, it's an actual rule in the game. And so he has decided to use a variant of the cover rule in case we try to use cover again, so that if you claim something gives you extra cover, which is in the rules and how the game is played, that if it misses your character, it might hit your cover and destroy it, so that you can't hide behind that cover or anything. And I'm fine with that. It's just super funny that it's not something he even considered until we're like, hey, doesn't cover apply here? Because he's very antagonistic towards us when it comes to the DM versus the players, which isn't how you're supposed to play. Um, and then I did have one more quick story I wanted to tell. This last Wednesday night was okay. Well, Wednesday night my internet started going a little weird toward the evening, toward the end of our gameplay. Thursday it started getting really bad, and like I stream with guys on Thursday, Mr. M Fretwell on Twitch, and Monday and Thursdays at 4. Honestly, since he's had the multiplayer server up pretty much after 4 until who knows when, because I've been on there till 2 in the morning on his stream a couple of times since he started the multiplayer 7 Days to Die server that we've been playing on for the month. So he's been on there a lot lately. But so I've been on there more than just Mondays and Thursdays. Anyways, so Thursday night I couldn't even get on 7 Days to Die with him. We played Dying Light. I couldn't stay connected to Dying Light, and then the voice just dropped out, and like I couldn't stay connected in Discord, and it just got worse. And then Friday I wake up and um, you know what? I should probably, instead of standing here not doing something, I should probably be off. I want to get gray concrete, I think, for the roof. And that would be back at the old base. And so Friday I get up. I had to tether my phone to my computer with. I've never done it before, so I had to look it up on the phone because I could get 4G, but I couldn't get my regular DSL. And so I contacted the ISP, and they're like, Monday is the earliest opening, and I'm like, oh, I think that was Thursday night when I submitted a request for repairs. I'm like Monday, so then Friday when I get up, there's no internet, there's no dial tone on the phone, and so I go outside and I'm like checking the box at the house because you're responsible, right? Any wiring inside your house you're responsible for all the way to the box that's mounted on the outside of your building. And so I go and I check at the box, and there's static, there's no dial tone. I'm like, okay, so at the box I'm not responsible, and so if there's no dial tone here, it's not my fault. And so so I had to tether my phone, which I've never done before. Turns out it was super simple, but it took me a while to get it going. And so I had to use my 4G tethered to my computer for internet to do my work for the day. Gray concrete right there. But I need gray concrete dust, so you better give me some gravel and some sand and some. Uh, that's light gray. Oh man, I need. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go to the old bone mill back here, and the X dye factory. Oh right, I gotta go all the way down. Well, we can get the bones, and then we'll get the dye on the way back up. And so, anyways, it was just completely out, and I was just a little irritated. And and then I get a phone call. The phone starts working about 4 o'clock, and and it was the tech guy, and apparently Apparently, my exchange box, which is the box they're responsible for out by the road, was full of nesting mice. And so, um, yeah. So box of mice. That's what wiped out my internet. And so I had posted from my phone that there wouldn't be any videos because I had no internet. And then shortly after that, I had internet again. And it's been working pretty good. It felt a little slow earlier today, but it seems fine now. So hopefully they don't get back in there. Uh, this is the second time my internet's been taken out by mice in the last year, year and a half. So, all right, with that, click like, oh, where am I going? I got to make this stuff and turn it into things. And anyways, click like if you like, subscription, catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.